Om Kriya Babaji Namaha. In this video, we are going to discuss about Patanjali Yoga Sutras, Samadhi Pata Sutra 2. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Meaning, yoga is restraining the mind stuff, that is chitta, from taking various forms, that is vrittis. A good deal of explanation is necessary here. We have to understand what chitta is and what are these vrittis. I have these eyes. Eyes do not see. Take away the brain center, which is in the head, for vision, then the eyes will still be there, the retina complete and also the picture, and yet the eyes will not see without brain's vision center. So the eyes are merely a secondary instrument, not the organ of vision. The organ of vision is in the nerve center of the brain. The two eyes will not be sufficient alone. Sometimes a man is asleep with his eyes open. The light is there and the picture is there. But the third thing is necessary. Mind must be joined to the organ. The eye is the external instrument. We need also the brain center and the agency of the mind to see. Carriages roll down a street and you do not hear them. Why? Because your mind has not attached itself to the organ of hearing. First, there is the instrument, then there is the organ, and third, the mind attachment to these two. The mind takes the impression farther in and presents it to the determinative faculty, buddhi, which reacts. Along with this reaction flashes the idea of egoism. Then this mixture of action and reaction is presented to the Purusha, the real soul, who perceives an object in this mixture. The organs, which is Indriyas, together with the mind, which is Manas, the determinative faculty, which is Buddhi, and egoism, which is Ahankara, form the group called the Antagarana, the internal instrument. They are but various processes in the mind stuff called chitta. The waves of thought in the chitta called vritti. In English, the whirlpool is the literal translation in English. What is thought? Thought is a force, as is gravitation or repulsion. It is absorbed from the infinite storehouse of force in nature. The instrument called chitta takes hold of the force, and when it passes out at the other end, it is called thought. This force is supplied to us through food, and out of that food, the body obtains the power of motion, etc. Others, the finer forces. It throws out in what we call thought. Naturally, we see that the mind is not intelligent, yet it appears to be intelligent Why? Because the intelligent soul is behind mind. You are the only sentient being. Mind is only the instrument through which you catch the external world. Let's take this book. As a book, it does not exist outside. What exists outside is unknown and unknowable. It is the suggestion that gives a blow to the mind, and the mind gives out the reaction. For example, if a stone is thrown into a water, the water is thrown against it in the form of waves. The real universe is the occasion of the reaction of the mind. A book form, or an elephant form, or a man form, it is not outside. All that we know is our mental reaction from the outer suggestion. Matter is the permanent possibility of sensation, said John Stuart Mill. It is only the suggestion that is outside. Take an oyster for example. You know how pearls are made. A grain of sand or something gets inside and begins to irritate oyster. And the oyster throws a sort of enameling around the sand, and this makes the pearl. This whole universe is our own enamel. So to say, and the real universe is the grain of sand. The ordinary man will never understand it, because when he tries to, he throws out an enamel and sees only his own enamel, not the real universe. Now we understand what is meant by these vrittis. The real man is behind the mind, and the mind is the instrument in his hand. And it is his intelligence that is percolating through it. It is only when you stand behind it that it becomes intelligent. When man gives it up, it falls to pieces and is nothing. So, you understand what is meant by chitta. It is the mind stuff, and vrittis are the waves and ripples rising in chitta. When external causes impinge on it, these vrittis are our whole universe. The bottom of the lake we cannot see because its surface is covered with ripples. It is only possible when the rippled have subsided and the water is calm. So for us to catch a glimpse of the bottom, if the water is muddy, the bottom will not be seen. If the water is agitated all the time, the bottom will not be seen. If the water is clear and there are no waves, we shall see the bottom. That bottom of lake is our own true self. The lake is the chitta and the waves are the vrittis. Again, this mind is in three states. One is darkness, which is called tamas, just as in the brutes and idiots. It only acts to injure others. No other idea comes into that state of mind, tamas. Then there is the active state of mind, which is called rajas, whose chief motives are power and enjoyment. I will be powerful and rule others. Then, at last, when the wave cease, and the water of the lake becomes clear, there is the final state called sattva, serenity and calmness. It is not inactive but rather intensely active. It is the greatest manifestation of power to be calm. It is easy to be active. Let the reins go, and the horses will drag you down. Anyone can do that. But he who can stop the plunging horses is the strong man, which requires the greater strength, letting go or restraining. The calm man is not the man who is dull. You must not mistake sattva for dullness or laziness. The calm man is the one who has restraint of these waves. Activity is the manifestation of the lower strength, calmness of the superior strength. This chitta is always trying to get back to its natural pure state, but the organs draw it out. To restrain it and to check this outward tendency and to start it on the return journey to that essence of intelligence is the first step in yoga. Because only in this way can the chitta get into its proper course. Although this chitta is in every animal form, the lowest to the highest, it is only in the human form that we find intellect. And until the mind stuff can take the form of intellect, it is not possible for it to return through all these steps and liberate the soul. So this is possible only for human beings. Immediate salvation is impossible for the cow and the dog or any animals, although they have mind, because their chitta cannot as yet take that form which we call intellect. Chitta manifests itself in all these different forms: scattering, darkening, weakening, and concentrating. These are all the 4 states in which the mind stuff manifests itself. First, a scattered form is activity. Its tendency is to manifest in the form of pleasure or pain. Then the dull form is darkness, the only tendency of which is to injure others. First form is natural to devas, the angels. The second form is the demonical form. The ekakara, the concentrated form of chitta, is what brings us to Samadhi state, which is equanimity state. So we need to understand all these form of mind stuffs to practice yoga and to attain Samadhi state, in which we will be reside in our true self, true nature, that is called Purusha, the soul. Please subscribe and enable notification for not missing upcoming videos. Thanks for watching these videos. To get initiated into Mahavatar Babaji's Kundalini Kriya Yoga, please contact us on 90-223-60-583. Please call or WhatsApp on this number. Thank you, everyone. Kriya Babaji Namaha.